broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
God!
Hey!
We got a full panel!
It's a full panel.
We did it!
The band is back together.
Full panel.
Welcome to the Mysteries of Orla.
Welcome to the Mysteries.
You're at the wrong show.
I have not been on for so long. It's been crazy. Welcome to the Mysteries of Laura after show here on AfterBuzz TV. It is season 2. I'm gonna keep on going. It's season 2. Episode 11. My favorite number is 11, so I'm really happy today. And you know, if I'm here, it's crazy talk. Always here on the show. We're back together. But I'm so glad to be back.
Excited.
I'm so glad to be back. And my two co-hosts, I mean, just like the bomb. They make me happy.
The bomb.com.
They make me happy on Wednesday. And the bomb I use because of tonight's episode.
Wow.
Tie it together.
They call that.
Tie it together.
Tie together.
So, lovely people, tell them who you are and where they can find you.
Oh, I'm going first. Hi, guys. This is Alexis Torres. How are you? How you doing? How's your mom?
How's your mom
doing?
Your mom and you can follow me at atorres890. This guy over here. What's
You
your
can
name?
follow me. Oh, I'm Cameron Lewis. You can follow me at The Only Camshaft, Twitter and Instagram. I got MySpace too.
And I, of course, I said James Lott Jr. You can follow me at Black Hope LA, and that's BLAKHOPLA on Twitter, L Black Hope on Instagram, and James Lott Jr. on Facebook.
You can also find him on Zanga.
We got Zanga too. Let's see those games. And of course, as always, I want to give a couple quick shout outs to our regular, wonderful folks who follow us on the chat roll: D Style, Diane, Brandon, Sue. I mean, it's just great you guys are here with us every week, and you guys are so nice to me. In
the volume on
excuse me.
That's okay.
Is that me, you guys?
That is you.
Sometimes we just want to make.
Now I'm turned off. I want to hear my voice twice. I don't know. But thank you so much for watching us. Use the hashtag ABTVMOL on any social media, and we will find you. We continue the discussion. YouTube, iTunes, the whole bit. We love
All of it, yeah.
All of it.
I like that.
So we're going to dig right in.
We're going to dig in.
Last time you put his face in my thing.
I want to shout out real quick to Diane, who tunes in every week.
She
and
does.
Mr. D Style. Thanks for coming
They
back.
do. They do. And this episode is called The Mystery of the Unwelcome Houseguest, and that was true.
It's so true.
That was true.
The whole episode.
Have you guys ever had an unwelcome house guest like this?
Yes, my siblings.
Mom, I'm looking at you.
Wow.
I'm sorry, did I say that?
Mom, right here. Looking at you. Just kidding, I love you.
Well, we had Jerry O'Connor came back again.
Yes.
O'Connell came back again.
O'Connell, twice. But here's the thing. Why is he always shirtless?
Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. This has to happen.
Yes.
I apologize, iTunes listeners, if I yell into your eardrums. I'm
Yeah,
so sorry.
We're sorry. We're
But
sorry.
Holy freaking guaca, freaking moly! I'm so irritated at the fact that I'm glad that he looks great.
He looks great. He's around my
working
age, so he looks good.
He's tan. He looks wonderful. Good for you, sir.
Yes.
I'm so glad that you are rocking what you got.
Mm-hmm.
You got it, flaunt it. But oh my God. Literally throughout the episode, there was a piece of clothing that was just eventually coming off.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
he started shirtless,
He did, yeah.
and then he had a hoodie, a long sleeve, and a wife beater. Well, wife beater. So when he first started, he had the hood up, took off the jacket because he got hot.
bomb
He's got
building
another.
time.
Oh my God! And then
You guys are missing on the podcast. You're missing this part.
so yeah, you should tune in to youtube.com AfterBuzz TV.
That's right.
Mysteries of Laura. But and then all of a sudden he had a shirt, and then he took that off, and then he had his tank top on, and I was like, what are we doing? Is it that hot in here? I mean, I know that you're going through adrenaline and nerves and you're sweating. I get that, but I was like, at this point, you're going to end up in your drawers. What are you doing?
Right.
Looks like it was a hostage situation.
Get out.
Am I wrong, gang?
Get out.
Yeah, exactly. I know this is not Skinamax, so I don't know why he was completely like just losing his clothing.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I just don't understand what was the point. Was there something in his contract? He's like, hey guys, so if you're gonna have him in the episode, he has to take off a piece of clothing every like about 10 to 20 minutes.
There might be,
or he has to be shirtless, or both.
Things like that in contracts.
Because I know like what Taylor Lautner is supposed to like take off a shirt in like every movie that he does or something like that. It's in his contract.
Legally, he had to.
Every freaking movie I've seen him in, shirt off.
Yeah.
And I don't even like the movies that he's in.
There was a movie where he played a drug, like a pharmacist, and he was shirtless the whole time behind the counter.
People who are probably listening, that is a lie.
That is a complete lie.
Please don't believe that.
So we open with him putting a bomb together, putting it in a backpack. His name is John Dunham.
Yes.
Which is just a boring...
Son of Michael Dunham.
Yeah, but boring name.
Who
was murdered last week. We talked about
how terrible their names are.
I'm like, what?
So unoriginal.
Because usually they have some other kind of... Actually, I want to say something really quick. Actually, this season, I've enjoyed the mysteries this season. Even though this wasn't really so much... This was kind of a mystery.
This season has been keeping me like at the edge of my seat every
Yeah.
single time, and there have been twists where
Yeah.
we're like, "Oh, did not see that coming."
And this I bring that up also because this episode is a continuation of the last episode. Even though it wasn't.
I wasn't expecting a
I like when
two-parter.
we do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't expecting a two-parter.
No, they didn't.
What is it? We're in the middle. Kind of, a little bit?
And they didn't really advertise it like that, did they? Or not? I don't remember.
And it wasn't like you would figure if they did something like this that the first part of this 2-episode storyline would happen right before a mid-season like
finale or so. Yeah,
and so you think that this would be
back.
an episode we saw in early December, and now we're back up in mid-January, February, and now it's resolved. But it was right in January.
Yeah, it's right in January. So
Back
so
to
again,
back
another
weeks.
twist, obviously.
Yeah.
Twist. So we got to see, and then we got to see the twins, Nicholas and Harrison. And Harrison, because my middle name's Harrison, so I love saying the name Harrison. But for a while, we haven't seen them in a while. But there's a point that Alexis is humming right now, and she's gonna bring it up to you guys because they were in karate gear, and Alexis, take it away.
Oh.
So I have I have a few qualms with this episode, but the one thing that it irked me as a person who has taught children who are around that age and a little younger or a little older, when they put their gi top and their pants on, and then you put the belt on.
Their what top?
Gi.
The gi top. When you tie the belt, I mean, there have been plenty of time where students will come to my class and their belts are just all a cluster mess, and I'm just like, what's going on here? What's happening? And they're just like, Mom, tied my belt, and I was like, okay. We need to teach Mom how to tie your belt because it's looking kind of funky, and that's what Laura did. It was tied in all shapes and ways, and I was like, you tied that completely wrong. I'm not gonna get on Debra Messing about that because not everybody knows how to tie a karate belt. I get that.
I have no idea.
Oh my god. That really irked me.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It is a thing. It was.
I thought you just tied it however you
I have family who are degrees of black belts, degrees of belts, and so it's funny. I'm shocked they didn't have a consultant for that. Actually, they didn't have a small.
But it makes it more real because most parents don't know how to do that. So I'm okay with it.
Okay.
It like hit me like it was like a giant memory smack, and it was just like, hey, she tied that belt wrong, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah,
so like having to try to make a 3-year-old sit there so I can fix the belt, or sometimes they do it too tight. I can't fix it at all, so they're just stuck, and I have to like wiggle them out of the belt.
Yeah.
It's the worst. Sorry, it was like more
That's
of a
one of
nitpicking
life's
thing.
biggest
Well, you're like me.
mysteries.
I pick little things. I see them. Just kind of
I was
okay.
like, first we have like weird Magic Mike, and now the belts are all messed up. I can't do this.
D-Style said that. I thought I was watching Magic Mike.
I agree.
Said, yeah,
I was like,
it.
when he was sitting there, like, because what? Funny thing is, I actually haven't seen the movie, and I probably will. I never will.
Okay.
But I saw Channing Tatum's wife on Lip Sync Battle,
Oh,
and
yeah,
she was doing that weird.
It's a pony.
Yeah, she was doing pony.
That was
but
so
like,
funny.
It was funny.
Yeah, where she was like welding or something, and I was like, did they do that in the movie? And my friend's like, yeah. And I was like, all right, okay.
Also, it's a Flashdance thing too. Flashdance, she was a welder.
Yeah. But I think it was
Before you guys were born. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it, but like. Yeah. I just thought it was funny because he was putting a bomb together, but he was like flexing as he's putting like the the powder and like trying to turn. And I was like, does
anybody
it take
need
that?
a jar of pickles open
Yeah,
too?
I was like, is it that hard to screw on a top? I understand if you're flexing to take off the top of a jar or a bomb or whatever, but like to put one on?
Yeah, yes sir.
By the way, I just love. So we have Mr. D Style, Diane, and Brandon James Clifford in the YouTube chat, and they're getting along so well with us and then each other. They're talking about weather in different cities in the U.S.
In St. Louis, New York, Florida.
I am boiling.
Oh my gosh!
I know it's hot in here.
I know.
But thanks again for you
because James Lott Jr.
guys commenting on YouTube. Yeah.
So Laura. Okay, so he's outside waiting, and Alicia comes and she's like, "Kid, you left the door open." Like,
yeah, that was the other thing. I was like, oh, white kids keeping the door open.
Right.
My mom would have threw
I
something
know.
at me.
You live in a barn. Yeah,
see, this is the thing. Well, I always used to do that.
Did you really?
leave the door open?
We did it all the time.
Was that grew up in South Central, so we didn't do that.
Yeah,
I guess
I
it's
was
a
like,
Midwest thing. Midwest thing.
Yeah,
It's like, if
Midwest thing.
somebody's going to come through the house, come on in, have some pie.
No, in the Midwest, that's very
Like,
true.
that makes
Yeah,
sense.
makes sense
But
true.
like, no, my mom was like, if that door is open, you let flies into my house.
That's what it is, the flies.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you will be living with them outside.
Yes,
Like, that was a
exactly.
rule.
So that's the first kind of clue we get. Kids are like, oh, I'm sorry, we didn't realize. Meanwhile, they cut to the precinct, and Belle Rev has no footage for her cameras. The cameras are down. Looks like John did a disappearing act. We figured out he didn't die and find a body. So that's like he didn't die. They go back. Laura is we see a little, I think we saw a little shadow thing at first, and then it was all
in between the door. I missed that the first time.
And John pulls a gun on her.
And I was just like, oh, look at that. There he is.
Yes, he is.
Upset and tweaking out. And
Ooh,
thing.
accuses her of framing him, and the cops are bad, and she's like, wasn't me, I didn't do anything, it was me.
Thankfully, we got the kids out of the house.
Yes.
Alicia's asking too many questions.
Well, because she was concerned
of
her employer. And of course, she uses the phrase, I had bad clams, which we will get to later.
Yes, remember everybody, bad clams. And then he pulls out the bomb and sets it for 100 minutes.
And the first thing I thought of was like, I'm really glad the children are not here.
Yeah.
Because if anything went wrong and that thing went off, that's it.
I was just wondering why 100 minutes.
The thing that I find
Guess
weird
he
about
really
it.
needed, what was that, like a couple hours?
Because 90 minutes is an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's an
So
hour.
100 is an hour 40.
What would you say?
An hour 40.
You said 90 minutes?
100 minutes. It's an hour 40.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm not looking crazy. I was like, what? I'm like, what?
I was trying to do the math.
I'm like, you speaking Greek? Like, what are you talking about? And I was like, what are you talking about? You're right. No, you're right.
Italian.
So I'm sorry. I went crazy.
I was like,
I'm sorry.
what the hell? Am I doing math
No,
wrong?
you're fine. You're fine.
No.
Just,
My lord. 100 minutes is an hour 40. What?
I know. I did that. I
was that? Home Improvement?
I know. What's home improvement? It's so funny.
Continue.
Okay.
Oh, but here's the thing about the bomb,
Yes,
right?
please,
so
yes.
he keeps handling this thing like a maniac. Like this, I mean, if you're holding the bomb, yeah, he's like, hey, you know what? Like, just like setting it on things.
Yes, he was.
I just didn't like how, like, I mean, that's getting towards the end, but he was like sitting it like on his lap.
He was. I was like,
and then he had the gun on his lap too. I was like, do you just want to blow off like the whole lower half?
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
You just don't want.
He's holding it, handling it like it's a shake weight.
No family jewelry. He had it up like.
He's like, here's the thing. 100 minutes to pull the cord, 90 seconds. And by the way,
do you think she framed me? Like he's like rocking it back and forth.
He was. It was kind of weird.
By the way, the whole
phallic
idea, which we get into a little bit later, but since we're talking about the bomb right now, I'm just going to bring it up.
Yeah, bring it up.
The 90-second pull cord.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I've never heard it before.
I think that's more of your own.
That's a TV wire thing.
Yeah,
because an accelerated. I never heard that before. The bomb situation.
Like for the person who makes the bomb, he probably knows. Like I don't know, like that weird engineering. I wouldn't know.
I mean, I'm at a bar.
It's one of those things. It's like if you sniff near it, it's gonna have 20 seconds.
No, I think that's
weird.
more of an engineering thing. I think of like speed. You know, like the movie. Like if you go lower than what was it, 60 miles or 50 miles an hour, the bomb will blow up. Like really, like. I think that's more of an engineering
I guess so.
thing.
I guess
That's
so. I
true.
never done that before.
True.
So we have the bomb going on. Max tries to get Jake talked to Laura because they had that big fight last time. They had that big fight last episode,
which he deserved.
And then Reynaldo outside of the precinct, into the precinct,
weird.
outside of the outside of the morgue.
Yeah. I
With
thought it
his
was
thing.
somebody's
His name
birthday
is
or
Mark
something.
Webster, great guy. He's on Twitter, and I was kind of talking to him a little earlier. He's kind of
Nice.
fun. So he goes see something outside of the morgue, and he tells me they have nobody. Of course, we all kind of got that going on.
He's got a bunch of other cases to worry about.
Yes.
He can't just work just for this group of people. He's got the whole precinct to deal with, and other people up and down the building. Like, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and then Alicia sends a text to Jake about Laura saying she's sick. And everybody's like, she's sick. She's never
Laura's
sick.
sick?
Like,
Have you seen the things that she eats?
I know.
If she was getting sick from that, she would have been out like a majority of the time.
Yeah.
Well, she was laying in the opening scene. She's laying there, and like they have like this frozen yogurt thing right there.
Also, did you notice for someone who was sleeping with all them papers and stuff that she was looking pretty flawless?
Of course.
I mean, it's Debra Messing.
Yes,
but
of course.
But at the same time, I'm like, I'm sorry, I can sleep with that, and it will be all up on my face, hair all disheveled, like maybe a little bit of like chocolate.
The other night, I fell asleep.
I get up every morning.
The other night I fell asleep with a half a glass of wine that I didn't finish and some rondelay, which is a cheese spread. It's so good.
On your bed?
Yeah.
Oh, I did that. I fell asleep with a glass of water in my hand. In the other hand, it was a banana. And a candle burning near my face.
Oh, dang.
This happened the other night, yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's so crazy.
You know what they call that? Living life on the edge.
That's right, kids. So Laura and John are talking. So basically, half of the episode is those two in the house alone, with her trying to calm him down, trying to get it, and him wanting answers, so to speak. He wants answers.
Yeah.
And Laura, of course, who's the bomb. I keep saying the bomb because of the episode.
The bomb.
First, he's asking, like, how my dad's blood get on the jacket. She's like, well, your dad's blood was on the jacket. Your alibi isn't salad because Ellen had headphones on.
See, that was like a giant thing. I was like, man, Ellen is just not responsible in any way, shape, or form, her and them headphones.
Yes, because you said something about that. You were like, wait a minute. And then she's like, let me get some coffee. Now, I was kind of thinking, should he have coffee when he's, like, already jittery and had no sleep? I mean, should he have coffee?
That was just an excuse to get down there and find something she can hit him with.
Okay.
Yeah. I think she was just trying to get out of the room.
So I would say some herbal tea. Some tummy tamer.
Like, what do you call it?
Some chamomile.
Yeah, chamomile, peppermint, one of those.
If she had Maxwell House, she could have poisoned him.
Or Senka.
That would have worked.
You guys.
Some Folgers.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like Folgers.
It did look like Folgers. It was kind of crazy. I was like, where's your Keurig? Okay, so Billy and Meredith are at the blast site at the lab, and so they deduce that, I'm using a big word today, that the chemicals, they're trying to, how did he do this? And like, he's not a magician, obviously, but they figured the chemicals were somewhere else. He could take them off. He has 10 to 20 seconds to get out of there, throw a match. They found a little crawl space that wasn't.
Said a smaller person would be able to fit through this.
But I mean,
somewhat.
if you're
he can't fit through that, can he?
No.
He's got broad shoulders. Yeah, he's got broad shoulders.
They were sure to show us that as well in this episode. We saw it many times.
James was all about it.
I kind of liked it. I was like, that's fine. I say he's around my age, so he was hanging for us old folks, holding it down. That's right.
Cameron and I were just like,
oh my lord.
And so, but they found a charred computer.
Saw this coming. It happens in TV land all the time.
All the time.
I mean,
I find it hard to believe. I would love to talk
to someone who works in this department and go, have you actually gotten like important evidence off of a charred, busted up computer? Really?
Like, I feel like half the time you can't get evidence off a locked iPhone.
Just
like,
hello, thank you.
I was going to say. You know what I mean? How do you do that?
But I'll give points. They only found one file. So that wasn't anything extraordinary. They only just one file, but
Meredith, of course. What was the file again? It was a transfer.
Yes, there was a
money transfer.
Yeah, it was bank for money transfer that went from the company to a jewelry shop on 11th Street that went for, I won't say that Yanya, but that's homegirl, Eve Van Zandt. Alia's ring.
And that's why I was like, the girlfriend did it?
I mean, I thought the girlfriend did it too at first.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but it wasn't her. It wasn't her.
Yeah.
But Laura back to the house. Laura's like, yes, I framed you. I'm trying to play it all off, trying to get everything. And then she makes the coffee. His coffee's cold. Phone starts buzzing and dinking and dinking. There you go. There you go.
That you can do that.
I know you totally did. Sometimes my phone in my bed, next to my wine and what else? And my rondelay. Rondelay is so good. It's good spread.
Gondola.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm usually just like, I have a bowl of chili and a giant cheese wheel next to me.
I like that.
Playing video games on video game controller.
Did you just get home from supermarket sweep or something?
I did.
The cheese wheel.
Grab the lettuce. I still love that show. Don't you start it?
I love that show. I needed to bring it back, even though what's his face, Guy Fieri, has a version of it.
Yes, he does. It's not the same.
Screw that.
So Laura, then they finally get downstairs, and he sees a text from Jake saying there's no body.
Yeah.
So he keeps the phone. He's like, okay, I'll take this.
Well, yeah, because she doesn't want.
Like, no, bitch, I'll take the phone.
Yeah.
So he's holding on to the phone. There are always phone stuff on all these episodes.
Every time.
Phone
a lot
things.
of phone stuff. But I think that's because nowadays,
I mean, pretty much
everything
everybody
is going to be phone driven.
Yeah.
Like, you're always either going to track somebody on their phone, or the phone calls, or the GPS, or you're going to be looking at their Tinder for the thing, or Instagram where they tagged in.
I think Lori should swipe right.
Snapchatted to murder, whatever.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Snapchat to murder.
Snapchatted it. And so then she's like, okay, yes, I framed you. I just wanted to get. This is why I did it. And he's like, why do you want to kill yourself? He wants to kill himself still. He's like, why?
And also, she smacked him with the coffee.
Well, she takes the coffee. Was there coffee in it?
Yeah,
yes.
a little bit.
But why didn't I didn't see him wet?
Oh, maybe that's why he took off his shirt.
Oh, baby. Okay. Because I was like, hot coffee in there and the glass. And he still gets
Looking in my eyes, that was a damn excuse.
That was a good
for him to take off his shirt.
That was an excuse.
And it was bull crap.
Yes. And so it didn't work. And so it doesn't work. He sends text Jake saying, you leave me alone for this point. Leave me alone.
Yeah, he's like, I need to rest or something like
that. Yes. And I wrote down at this point, Jerry loses his clothing at this episode. Yes, that's what I wrote down.
That's all he paid attention to.
That's all I paid attention to.
It's just him losing his shirt.
Losing his shirt. Cam with the sound effects. That's right, D-style. So then meanwhile, Jake questions the girlfriend. What the F is her name? I can't pronounce it. Ayla? Alia?
Oh, I don't know.
They say Ayla.
Okay, so she's questioning him, and she says I'm a encyclopedia Brown. That's funny. The company meant everything to him.
Yeah.
So he's like, he couldn't have, she doesn't believe that stuff is what's against him.
Yeah.
Well, good for her.
Yeah, she says stand by her man. Like you, Tammy Wynette, stand by her man.
I was kind of convinced that she was somehow involved.
Me too. But
after seeing, I didn't think she'd be in this episode again.
Yeah, I didn't think she was either. I was very surprised. I was like, oh, that's why I thought, like, oh, she did it. She's back.
Right.
That's what I mean.
They didn't leave her. No. And then, so Laura back at the house with them saying, okay, who gains to frame you? Like, who gains in the will? You need to watch the video. He didn't want to at first, but then he agrees to. And they watch the video, and where it thinks it ends is a little continuation.
It's like John.
And it was a very sweet sentiment of how he really wished he could spend more time, or he wished that he was a better father to him and all that kind of stuff. And of course, John was just like, oh, why didn't he say that when he was alive? And I was like, oh, geez, you're crazy.
Yes, he's crazy. Meanwhile, they bring back my girl, Stalker Channing. Speaking of Grease, something about Grease earlier today because she was original Rizzo in the movie.
That's why I was like, I'm so glad that she was sassy just as much as she was when she was in Grease.
Yes, I was like, I love Stalker. She's a great stuff.
She's a giant slut also.
Oh, apparently. I was like, you go, girl. She's like,
get it?
I play for whatever team has the cutest
She had one of the best. That's one of the best lines. One of the best lines. I was like, because basically he's saying that she's a lesbian, that she could have slept with her sister.
Yeah, from
the last episode.
He didn't know that though.
Right.
He probably was like, oh no, she plays for the other team, so it doesn't make sense.
No, but she later on admitted that she
validates that.
Hey man. You just gotta. It's just like a buffet. You just have a lot of options.
Okay, that's right. She was hungry too.
I saw that. I was like, Jake.
Oh, Jake. So then, so then, basically, so she's in holding still because of that whole fight with George Tutu or whatever his name was. Tulu.
Yeah. Whatever.
So, but Jake goes back to her and tells her, "I pulled your attorney's phone records." And your phone call. So I thought maybe she did it because it was like her phone call went to the lawyer. The lawyer called John to get it. It was like that was, but that was nothing.
There's no way. I was like, she either was actually sleeping with her assistant or she was up to no good in a different way, shape, or form. But I don't think she killed him.
And we find out then we find out she was getting her waxing or something done. Electrolysis at the time getting that Brazilian.
Across town.
I mean, she's
the Brenda Brazilian.
She's a gorgeous woman, but like, no.
Yeah.
I didn't need to know that.
Yeah, I didn't do that either.
That's okay.
Girl, just getting her Brazilian on.
I'm
like, hey.
They have a manzillion too for men.
What is it? Manzillion?
Would you say wet is it?
Is it what? How wet did you say wet?
No, it's a what? What is it?
Oh yeah, for men.
What is it? Okay.
Where's Chip?
How wet? I heard when is it? He said how wet.
Where do they have those again?
Where are we?
They have it for men.
Where are we?
Manzillions.
I mean, because there are women who like it like just
trimmed.
bald
or trimmed at least a lot.
Yeah, like a lot.
Yes, and so Jake calls Alicia. And she mentions that she wasn't feeling well and she hadn't really heard from her. She goes, I think it was bad clams. Bad clams, Alexis.
Boom.
Alexis called this one.
I remember, I could be just, maybe I dreamed it, I don't know, or dreamt it. But I remember in the first season, she said something about, like, I think she went to a restaurant and they were serving clams and she, like, would not go near it. Like, she's not very big about, like, shellfish, I think.
Okay, yeah.
So I remember her, like...
That sounds kind of familiar, actually,
too. I remembered, like, something, like, there was, like, mussels, something, or she wouldn't eat them.
Yeah, I remember that, too. Yeah, I do remember that.
So she didn't eat them. So when she first said it, I was like, why does that sound familiar to me? And then I was like, oh, that might have been when she said call the precinct and tell them I had bad clams. I'm like, that has to be important. I just don't know what it is.
I definitely didn't catch that.
Neither. She caught it.
And then like we continued on, and I was like, why hasn't he called her yet? This text message crap is not helping. Hence why, guys, you should probably start calling people. Actually use your voices to communicate. But like, yes.
That's another show, folks. Another show. That's on Oprah. Okay, so then we have that. So Jake gets it. Laura's in trouble.
Yeah, that's their
code.
I feel like I would establish a safe word like that with somebody.
Yeah.
No, I do.
That would be very important.
My dad and I have one. Gosh, now see, I forgot it now.
I have one too.
I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it pretty much has something to also do with food, and I can't remember it off the top of my head.
I have a group of friends that when we go to parties and if they start getting boring and get on our nerves, we go, wow, I wish they'd bring back Knots Landing. Me too. And then we leave.
Nice.
We got it from Seinfeld.
Oh,
that
makes sense.
I have a code if it's either I'm in desperate trouble or I won the lottery. And it's... Which is kind of the same situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And it's boot to the head.
Oh,
funny. Okay.
I need to call my dad about a bicycle accident or something like that because I don't know how to ride a bike.
Okay, there you go.
Very nice.
So yeah, so if someone called my dad and he's like, "Oh, your daughter said something about a bicycle accident," my dad knows I'm in trouble.
Got it, girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I know what to do.
It's all great memory, Alexis.
Thank you.
So they decide because meanwhile John has a gun to his head, but he's ready to blow himself off. Santiani, they'll keep her out of it for now. They're making a conscious decision. He's like, get Billy, let's go. Get the firearms, let's do it. Okay. So meanwhile, John talks Laura down. Laura talks John down, and they figure there's another suspect. There has to be another suspect. They bond over their dads. She's using all the tricks of the trade. You know, some of her stuff was true, obviously, because her dad gambled his money and all that stuff.
That whole story was completely true.
Yeah.
And he's losing it, and he pulls on the wire, saying that's what we learn about the 90-second countdown.
90-second wire.
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, Billy's like, no, I am not staying outside while you go inside. I'm going with you, Jake. We are in this together.
I would say the same thing. It's like, well, then why did I come?
Right, exactly.
Sit in the car?
Right.
That sounds a little lame.
Yeah, no. I knew for a fact that Billy was going to be extremely involved in that.
Oh, yeah.
Then he had the snake cam. Little snake.
That thing is cool.
I don't want one of those.
Yeah, I think you can if you go to Fry's Electronics. I think they have one.
Oh, okay. I don't know where I would use it, but I want
Well,
one.
just in case.
You never know.
My brother. What are you doing in your room?
Hey, what are you
doing in your room, JR? What are you doing?
Is that the same thing they put down toilets now?
Or snake cam?
Snake cam.
Sometimes they use it in operations if they
Yeah,
can't
in
get in
operations,
there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
So they can
okay.
use that.
I'd love to have
That's
a snake
interesting.
cam.
They have
How weird would that be if you're just like chilling at home and you see one of those go onto your door?
Oh, I'd freak.
I would. Whoa.
Oh, I caught it.
I'd be like,
I caught it.
Yeah, no, I would have. If my phone was next to me, I'd be like 911.
There's a snake coming through the door.
There's a snake
And it has an eye.
in my door. Take it.
I know, like, yes. So Laura, so they go inside, but then Alicia comes home.
She's going
but
da-da-da-da-da.
She's all the keys jingling.
And they're like, go get her. And then,
But she didn't
that'd be
know.
weird.
She didn't know because remember, Jake just hung up on her.
I know. It's just kind of funny.
But that would be probably doubly confusing if, well, A, first of all, that somebody's like coming up to you to put their hand on your mouth so you don't scream. And B, if it's somebody you know, it's like...
Right. Like what?
But also she knows that these guys are cops. So she's like, oh, there's something extremely dangerous. Why would they be coming up to me and telling me to be quiet? There must be something going on in the house.
I forgot the Lucky Charms. I'm sorry. I'm
so
sorry.
We learn that John killed a family.
Yes.
Drunk driving.
Yes.
Dad covered it up.
Killed Ellen's family.
During his really dark times of being on drugs and alcohol.
Yeah. So. And so Laura sees a snake cam. So now she feels a little comfortable. So, okay, I see the snake cam. It's thinking up at me. And she tries to get him to put the gun down. This is the part me and Lexus kind of screamed at because she put the gun down. He's got to put the gun down.
Yeah.
And she goes, okay, now, or whatever she says. I'm like,
and I was kind of like, why would you do that?
Yeah, why would you do that?
Because her priority was getting the bomb.
I know, but it was kind of like, then you could grab, I mean, it was kind of, I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
I thought it was dumb. No,
yeah, I thought it was going to work.
What would have happened if, let's say, she said now, and she missed grabbing John. Also, John is huge.
Yeah.
So let's say she missed. He grabs the gun. Jake opens the door. Bam, bam.
Right.
Jake gets going to the hospital again.
But either way, it still didn't work.
Or vice versa. Or what happens if, let's say, she did get him down, and he comes back up like he did with Laura, where he was holding her, and Jake just let fire. I mean, I don't think he would ever do that. But if there was a situation, I think it could have escalated.
I think it was calculated risk.
Yeah, no, I mean,
you weigh your options.
But it didn't work. It still didn't work because he grabbed her and the gun.
Yeah, it didn't work.
And then pulled the bomb trigger.
Yeah, so I was like, so either way, it was still.
It didn't work, Cameron. It didn't work.
Sorry, okay.
He was
they pulled the 90-second cord.
Well, you do.
That would have been a long wait.
That would have been a very long.
90 seconds goes slow in some cases, and 90 seconds goes long in others.
I love what Laura did with the bomb, though, after they figured that whole situation out.
So I was very confused when she started running with it. I was like, where are you going to
where are you going to go? I'm like...
I thought for sure she was going for the toilet.
That's not
Oh, how funny.
I did.
Oh, funny.
I did, but then I was like, that's just going to be a mess that's going to take forever. But the washing machine's a little bit less messier. I thought she was just going to throw it in the street, just like in the middle of the street. And I was like,
I
you
did
know
too
that,
for a second.
I'm like, you do realize that those are other houses around you, right?
Ice
like
cream
it's a
truck
neighborhood.
rolls
You
by.
can't do it because I would say throw it outside too, you can't.
No, you can't, because if you throw it into the yard, that's someone else's yard.
Oh, that's true.
What if somebody...
Mrs. Johnson's going, hey, Laura.
Yeah, what if they're having like a barbecue or something back there? But like, no, I thought she was gonna throw it in the middle of the street, so it would happen in the middle of the street. But then, like, if cars are coming by, throws in a car.
I guess so.
So I understand why she did it, because I'm like, okay, washing machine.
Washing machine was a good idea because it compresses the explosion.
Yeah.
Hi, Jessica. She joined.
That's
She
a
joined.
science term.
And she says, "I thought that was immature of her that I'm used to."
Yeah, no, like it was weird.
It was kind of weird. It was weird to us. It was weird to us.
It was a very strange thing.
Like
But
I said,
I mean,
it didn't
but
work.
she was probably acting on whatever she can get at that point, so it's fine.
I mean,
But
when
I
you have
will-
Jerry O'Connell. It's like,
But I will say, when he blows up or whatever, then Laura comes in, kicks him.
oh yeah.
And I'm going to say this because I can say it because she said it's
Be ready,
safe.
people. There will be cursing. I apologize.
Yes, and she says, "I'm a mother, you son of a bitch. My children are in this house. How dare you?"
I would have
kicked
done
him
that
again.
too, but in
At the very end.
more words than that.
There are a few more.
Yeah.
But that was
But
just
no,
the
but
that was
story.
the gist
But it
of it.
pinched his
and
ear too.
She pinches his ear. They didn't pinch his ear.
Put her over her lap.
Yeah.
No, that didn't happen.
I'd take his cell phone away for 3
That
weeks.
did not happen.
You know,
So-
no television for
I'm
a
glad
week.
she said that though, because
Yeah.
it's like, listen,
No,
dude,
like, I thought-
you apparently have no other intention
Brandon.
but to
We love you
prove
too.
your innocence.
Hi, Brandon.
So how dare you?
Yeah,
No,
I agree.
like it makes sense. Like you didn't even
Yeah.
consider the fact that she has 2 kids. Like
Yeah.
I mean, you obviously saw them because you walked it. You saw them come out, grab the
Yeah.
newspaper, and go.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
That's not
You know,
good.
that's not cool. I mean, but it also speaks to the fact of like when he's. I mean, obviously he's off the bandwagon or the wagon on that
Yeah,
one. But
yeah.
like when he was on the wagon, he killed a family, and he already felt bad. I'm like, you're also gonna have a cop and their family's blood on your conscience too. Come on now.
Yes.
Yeah.
He doesn't think. He just acts.
Hi, Bill.
Oh, hi, Bill.
It's Bill. He's in.
Hi, Bill.
Bill. Sorry.
Hey.
Bill,
So
the YouTube guy.
John wants to talk to Laura. Meredith's like, no. And then he says something while he's in his rant that he starts naming different PD places. He's named St. Louis as one of them. And
Yeah,
then says,
I was like, where was that?
yeah.
I thought that was important, and then he said the
I did
vineyard.
too.
Yeah, me too.
And I
They
was
said
like,
the vineyard.
oh.
NYPD, LAPD, St. Louis.
It's like,
St. Louis.
like, okay, St. Louis PD. And then he says the vineyard wanted just payoffs. The vineyard. And Laura couldn't be a smart girl.
Yeah, because she remembers everything.
Flashback to the fudge,
Yes.
which from the very beginning was suspect.
You guys thought that. I
Who's
think
giving
it's
out fudge at their desk? That's expensive.
I don't really know anybody who actually gives away fudge like
That's what I
that.
mean. It's like
I mean, like
was
here at
suspect.
AFTERBUZZ, since there's so many people, and we usually get like trinkets and stuff like that. Well, sometimes we'll be like, "Hey, there's free fudge sitting over there and stuff." Like that'll happen,
Yeah,
but like
but
not at your desk.
in an office.
Yeah.
Like in an office, it's kind of
doesn't
strange. Most of the time,
happen.
it's like a candy bowl,
M&M. One
M&Ms.
single M&M.
Yeah, you only get one, and just the green ones.
I'm used to have a candy bowl. She used to work for LAX Police, and she
Yeah.
had a little
Yeah.
candy bowl of just like Now Laters and Jolly
Yeah,
Ranchers. I mean,
just something.
cheap candy.
Yeah, I know someone.
Blow pops.
When my grandmother used to have an office, she would just keep those Werther's
yeah.
caramels in the middle. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like that makes sense.
Yeah.
But fudge from
Yeah.
a vineyard,
But
that's
fudge.
expensive.
So they think Ellen, which you guys were like
Well, because
last episode.
Okay, well, I thought Cameron said it, but we were like joking, like this person did it. No, this person did it as like for fun because we were talking about predictions and stuff like that. But when he talked about the family, I was like, maybe there was a surviving member because it said a mom, a dad, and a son, and I was like, okay, so if they died, maybe there was a 4th person
was
in the
somebody
car, or
else,
maybe
yeah.
someone else, maybe like a cousin or like an
Yeah.
aunt or someone that was a sister of whoever. Like I was like, there must have been a relative because if it's nobody that works within the company directly, who would have access and know this guy's like whole thing? And I realized I was like, oh, maybe there's a kid somewhere that wants revenge, and it makes sense for them to work for them from the inside and then kill them.
And that, Alexis, is exactly what
What
happened.
happened?
Yeah.
We could just cut to that.
Holy
Basically,
cannoli.
it was her. Oh, that's funny. Like, who there takes their headphones off when they're during the front desk clerk? I know, me
That's
really.
what I- yeah.
Come on, Jessica, I agree with you.
Yeah.
So, but basically, that's what we figure out. Well, first, Santini, as you guys call her, goes off on Jake for a minute. It makes a good point. She
It
should
makes a
have.
good point. Like, come
As
on.
a formality, you
Yeah.
have to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
There's a
That makes
boss,
sense.
So you're
You
gonna have
want-
to
you wanna
answer
get your
for
boss.
it.
Yes.
I get
And
that.
but meanwhile, they deduced that Ellen had access to the computer, to his calendar. She killed Michael Dunham.
Dun, dun, dun. But I like how they caught her, though.
They caught her. Well, first, Laura's smart again and decides to kind of draw her in on the premise of John's alive. Let's get him.
Yeah.
And she's like,
okay, sure, I can help
That
out.
was smart.
I love how she was freaking out because she's like, "Oh, can you actually get anything off that charred computer?" And I was like, "Oh, girl, you're already spilling too much."
And she said something about like, we found a hacker in Russia.
I know when Meredith was like doing the cue cards. I was like,
I love the cue cards. That was so funny.
But
I love
it makes
it.
sense because she doesn't. Laura doesn't know any kind of jargon.
That reminded me of when you're talking to like your crush in grade school or something. And you're with your friend, and they're like telling you what to say.
Yeah.
Like, you have to say this.
So good.
Like from a bush. What?
So good.
Say that she's pretty.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so funny. I just put gum in her hair. That's all. Gum in her hair. I like you. Right, so yeah, but anyway, so they catch her putting was she putting the gun up or taking it down? I couldn't tell.
She was putting it in there. She had it, and she was trying to put it in the.
I don't know. I was trying to think
me too.
about
No,
it.
seriously, I was like,
I thought she was putting it in.
It was wrapped in, and she had one of those old offices that have those things.
Because it wouldn't make sense for her to take it. Because they were going back to the crime scene, so why would she take it from the crime scene?
They did say, "Are you trying to bring the weapon back because you didn't have enough time to plant it?" So they did say that.
They didn't really know what was going on, but that's what I'm saying is that it doesn't make. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna do we're gonna work through it again together." So she was like, "Oh, I have the gun. It's hiding in my apartment," because they would have found it by now.
Yeah.
So
that's true
because they swept through that pretty quickly. So I'm like, no, they would have found it.
The real mystery: where is she hiding the rest of the fudge? We must
find
out.
Know. I need to know stat.
Report back.
And please send it to AfterBuzz TV.
Because that lady's going to jail, so we need to
I don't want that fudge to go to waste. So Cameron and I can take care of that for you. Take it off your hands.
Also, Alexis watched Galaxy Quest for the first time today because of Popcorn Talk. That's something you...
Oh, yes. I watched Galaxy
Quest
for the
first
today.
time?
No. I love that. No, he's never seen it.
Oh, okay.
He's never seen Galaxy Quest, and I was on the watch along today at Popcorn Talk Network, our sister network that you should check out.
I know you guys had a watch along for Galaxy Quest. It's my favorite movie all time.
Yeah, we had it earlier today. It was like really early. It was like 10:30 in the morning.
Never give up?
Never surrender. I know. Alan Rickman.
I will avenge you. Yes.
So basically to wrap this all up, we find out that she did it because she was a surviving member. She found out that he was his father. He did it. His father covered it up. She got a job. She tried to have a regular life. Just didn't work for her. She had that mug with a vineyard on it.
I felt bad because I'm like, this guy is working around the clock. He also... he has an addictive personality, so if he's not working, it could lead to something else. And then he also had a beautiful fiance, so he's got a one-track mind. So obviously he's not going to even notice the fact that she's got this mug of fudge on her desk. 1, 2, she has freaking headphones on all the whole time. What if he did notice it and just was like, "Oh, that's a cool mug," and just walked away?
Yeah, that's true.
He's not gonna put 2 and 2 together. He had no idea that there was another person that was that was part of that family. He didn't do research on that. He was drunk the whole time.
Out of stuff.
Yeah, he was trying to find out where to get
ripping his shirt off.
Yeah, ripping his shirt off. Falling in love with a model, getting in that booty hole. I don't care. Whatever.
Dang. Look at those arms.
I don't care. He doesn't give a crap.
Wow. And John says he's sorry to Laura.
He's still going to jail.
He's still going to jail. But it won't be that long. He's going to jail for what exactly? He's going to jail for
assaulting
an officer
and holding her hostage, I guess,
and creating a stupid-looking bomb
and being shirtless.
It looked like a shake weight. Those things.
It did look like a shake weight. And he was holding it like it was. I was like, okay, buddy, all right.
You can hear the insides like cranking around, like it's gonna blow up. I guess that would be the biggest for breaking and entering.
Yeah, breaking and entering.
Yeah. No. There's a lot of things on there. He's probably gonna be there for probably like 5 years, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully get sober. And she said, "Get sober." And so then they ended at a spot that I'm not happy with.
What?
Oh
what?
God, this ending.
Let me guess. It has to do with Jake and Tony and Laura, because everything on this show has to do with Jake and Tony and Laura, and it always upsets us because we don't know what to do about it.
Look.
And every week, last time, I was like, Tony, go for Tony.
Right.
But now Jake's back in the mix, and I don't know, maybe she should go for Max.
It's because of...
Because I'm getting
Max
upset.
No, I've gotten to that point. I'm like, she's feeling the whole, like, my life was in danger. Somebody saved me that wasn't Soto, because why would she do that? So Jake was there to take over that heroic role, and her ovaries were like, yes, please!
I didn't even think about Tony once today.
Yeah, and I was like...
I want to kick her ass.
Yeah, I was
Tony's
like...
at home, like, staring at his cell phone, eating Cheetos. Like,
probably like, why isn't she text me.
He's probably making a good sauce. I mean, come on.
Yes, he is.
For that giant amount of spaghetti.
Exactly, a giant amount of spaghetti from the first episode.
Making risotto going.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what she's doing.
Exactly.
She hasn't called me all day today.
Dang it.
Haven't worn an apron.
I loved
making
Farscape
food.
too. So much about Farscape. The
Oh,
night
yeah,
about
because we were
Farscape.
talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
What?
But anyway,
yes.
No, that's what I was thinking. I was like, you need to pick a speed, Laura.
Yeah.
We don't know what you want here. First, you're like, oh, Jake lied to me. I'm done with you. Tony forever. Because Tony almost left his dream job for me, and I love him. Now, oh, Jake saved me, and he was there for me, but Tony wouldn't have known that. Tony would have run in there like an idiot and tried to help you just as much as Jake would have.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, I don't know what's going on, but she needs to pick a frickin' speed and go with
Your,
that.
your colleague here is texting.
No, I'm not. I'm checking to see if the people are tweeting about this.
Your eyes got all big. You're like, what? I didn't do anything. Actually, didn't. This ended the show anyway.
And also, it doesn't matter because now I know what they're going to do with this, so we can just jump into predictions if you want.
Predictions. We'll be fast. We only got a couple minutes.
AfterBuzz predictions.
I'm
trying to do a faster version of it.
We have a faster version of it somewhere. Yes.
Predictions.
But anyway, that's unimportant. So I think with storyline, we're going to sit there and Laura's going to start falling for Jake. Jake's going to have the new love interest that Cameron had brought up.
She better. I hope she comes.
And then Laura's just going to be so annoyed. And she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, what about Tony?
Yeah,
what about Tony? You redheaded fiery mother love. Like, let's get with it.
I think I agree with. I actually agree with your prediction. It's going to be the same thing.
100%.
He's going to get a love interest. She's going to start getting jealous. And it's going to be just another thing.
I don't need it.
Tony's going to leave. Tony's going to get another opportunity. He's going to leave.
I don't need it.
He might.
And she's not going to have the choice but to
Diane
go,
said,
Jake
looks like everybody
anymore.
is agreeing in the chat. We got Tony, hurry back. Jake is stupid. Hashtag Tony is the best match. Yes.
I agree.
I agree with all of these things,
Me too.
guys.
Yep.
Me too.
At first, I was in the middle. I was like, I don't know who I want. They both have good qualities. And now I'm like, you know what? Jake's just being a pain in my side.
They should be just good co-parents with like where they always love each other, but just a good co-parents.
You
just
can't
move
do that
on.
if you work together, though. Like, they're never going to get past it if they keep working together. Because there's always going to be that moment.
I have a bad feeling that either Jake or Laura's going to do something stupid and Santini's going to transfer Jake.
Yeah, it might happen.
Because he already got his warning.
Yeah, got a warning.
So he can,
One free pass.
He's going to F up again.
You know what it is? She's going to find out about his health thing.
And she's going to tell him, like, you can't work here anymore. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
How about that for a prediction?
What?
I said, how about that for a prediction?
Oh, I didn't understand
Me, I'm like, what? I feel like cameras are speaking Greek tonight.
100 minutes is an hour.
Yeah, I got it now.
Just saying.
MFer. So, that is it for today.
We did it.
We did it. We're back and we did it. Tell folks where they can find you guys.
You can find me all over social media, and we're all Alexis Torres is your soul. Thank you, Emma5. She was the one that thought of that, actually.
I love that.
At atorres890. Don't forget to follow all of our awesome networks out here. We have Black Hollywood Live, where James Lott Jr. has his own show called Breaking Into. Don't forget Popcorn Talk, where I believe you still have your Netflix show.
Got a couple of them.
Yep, and a few other things that are going on there. And obviously, I'm also doing a bunch of stuff there as well. I did Galaxy Quest earlier today, and then I have Geek Nerd Tech as well. So please go check them out. They're awesome.
You can find me at the Only Camshaft Twitter and Instagram, as Alexis said. Also here at AfterBuzz TV, do a couple other shows. Shark Tank with James Lott Jr.
Yeah.
Monday
I know,
nights.
I'm so jealous.
Also the Popcorn Talk Network, and you know what? I sure wish Knots Landing would come back. James Lott Jr.
I love you. It's great.
Back to you.
Okay, so tomorrow at 5 p.m. is my show Breaking Into on Black Hollywood Live. I'm interviewing RJ Bond, who wrote the wrote the Tupac story.
Yes.
So I'm talking to him tomorrow. And on Friday, I'm interviewing the guy who played the bad cop in Straight Outta Compton, Any Clemens. We're going to talk to him. Who's also a Murder in the First, and he's in a bunch of things. I'm talking to him on Friday. And then this Sunday is the Sunday Soap Block, Edition Days, and GH Report. We have guests on every single show this Sunday. We're so excited from all our shows.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
So thank you so much. Continue to follow us on iTunes and Facebook. Facebook too.
Yeah,
Facebook,
all over.
YouTube, all over the places. Look for AfterBuzz TV. We'll see you next Wednesday. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.